Midwestern movie reviewer here with another movie review. I recently saw a new movie called The Long Game. This was a mystery movie. You know how much I love those. Thankfully, I was pleasantly surprised. This movie stars Jay Hernandez. He was a veteran that was trying to get a membership at a country club to play golf, and it was back in 1955. So there was a racial element there. Him being Hispanic, and they did not want to approve his membership to this club.
You served together with Marines?
Infantry, 141st Regiment.
I know you hear this all the time, but thank you for your service.
Well, I don't hear that all the time, but I was proud to serve my country. I don't want to be a member of just any club. I want to play here.
I got to consider our other members, and they are just not used to seeing a Mexican on the golf course.
He was a new superintendent of a high school, and he found 5 young Hispanic men that were very, very interested in playing golf. They had started their own little golf group in the woods, and he thought, hey, these kids really want to play. I'm going to be their coach. I'm going to whip them into shape, and we're going to kick some butt. It was a fantastic story, y'all. It had Dennis Quaid in it, and I very much have enjoyed Dennis Quaid lately. I don't know if you've heard of the series La Men Bass Reeves. Dennis Quaid was in that series, and he played a horrible person, but he did a great job. I was very impressed with that performance. And in this, he plays maybe a pro golfer, someone who's very, very good at golf, and who was an ally to the Spanish community. So I loved him in that role. This movie is PG. It's 2 hours long. It was directed by Julio Quintana. This movie was so well done. You guys are going to love this movie. If you've seen my review of The Boys in the Boat, this movie kind of reminded me of that a little bit, because The Boys in the Boat was an underdog story. It was telling about these young men who came from poor and humble backgrounds and were trying to break into the sport of boating, which is more of a wealthy upper class sport. In this case, it's very similar with golf. Golf is mostly played by wealthy white upper class folks, especially in 1955. You know, of course, now we've seen it change. You got your Tiger Woods, you got some other folks. I don't know golf people. Back then, there wasn't anybody else. So it was very unusual to have an all Hispanic or Latin golf team. That was unheard of. They had so many barriers up against them. So you know how awesome an underdog story can be. This one was touching. It was heartbreaking. It was you really got invested in the story. You know, I want to name off some of the actors in this because they did a fantastic job. I already named Dennis Quaid and Jay Hernandez. There was also the wife of Jay Hernandez's character, Hyena Lee Ortiz, Jillian Vigman, Julian Works, Miguel Angel Garcia, Jose Julian, Gregory Diaz IV, and Christian Gallego. These young men who played the boys who were playing golf did such a good job. You just really got attached to those characters from the very beginning of the story. They were rough and tumble, but they were, when youth are trying to find their way in the world, figure out what do they want to be in life, and they find something they're passionate about, this story just tells you, be courageous, don't be afraid to do what you want to do and go for what you want, even though people may be looking down at you. It's such a good story. I cannot say enough about this story. Another great performance in this movie was by Cheech Marin. He played a custodian for the country club, and his performance was funny at times and heartbreaking at times. Also, I've seen Jay Hernandez in other things, but Jay Hernandez has come into himself in this. He's matured into such a great actor, and it felt like this role was meant for him. His performance was fantastic in this. Please go see this just for his performance, because I can't say enough great things about what he did in this movie. With this movie being PG, it'd be great to take your family to. It's a great moral and story for young children. I'll have to say the audience did cry. I heard people sniffling in the theater. I welled up with tears. And also, at the very end, people applauded for this movie. It is a true story. So, if you have moments of laughter, you're crying, and you're applauding, that's a great movie. If you love movie reviews without any spoilers and you want to hear more and be notified when new movies are coming, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, I'd love to hear what you thought of this movie when you go see it. Leave me a comment, or if you've already seen it, like you saw a mystery movie, leave me a comment of what you thought of this movie. Please go see The Long Game in theaters. Midwestern Movie Reviewer out.